copy it. It's so good.
All right, hello everyone. VG time here. We're here with Jamel. He's going to be displaying his Store Championship format Gotenks deck. So tell us about this leader and why you like him so much.
I like Gotenks as a character. That's 100% it. And his skill, when your opponent activates an extra card, you get to draw a card. So basically, if they negate, you get to draw a card, and it's on both sides. He also, when he swings, he takes life and draws a card, so you get to see at least three cards for the first couple turns. And he untaps 2 when he awakens, which is really good. I'm gonna stop banging on the table.
That makes sense.
And then on the awaken side, he swings, draws a card. Same skill, when your opponent activates an extra card, you draw a card. So if you're on this side and they do a skill, you draw, and then you awaken, and you draw another card. And then his last skill is when you do Union Fusion, he gets 5k in critical, which is very easy to do in the deck.
All right. So what you got?
I played 3 of this Trunks and 3 of this Goten. I only play 3 because you don't necessarily need them, but they're very good deck thinners, and it's cool if you see them.
All right.
And they're 2 drops. And what they do is, if your leader is yellow, or it has to be yellow Gotenks specifically, you discard this, and then it searches the other one. So Goten searches a 3-drop Trunks, a specific one from this set, and then the Trunks searches a 3-drop Goten. So this Trunks searches this Goten, and this Goten searches this Trunks. They both have the same skill, which says if your leader is Gotenks again, you can discard a yellow card and add this card from your yard back to your hand, but you can only do that once per turn.
Okay.
So that makes Union Fusion really good. So like, whenever you have to discard cards, if you just discard these, you can always get these back whenever. So it makes hand destruction not hurt as bad, but this is the ratio I play. Because you need this. You absolutely need these. These just let you see this, so you just play 4 of this, and so basically playing 7 copies of each.
Okay.
And the Union Fusions, 4 of the Gotenks Overwhelming Might.
Let's get that a little closer.
I got you. And 4 of, I think they should switch hair, because this one targets a battle card and negates his skills and lets you draw a card. And it costs 2 Union Fusions, so basically if you just have 1 and 1 in your hand, you just discard these 2, pay 2, he comes out, targets a battle card. It doesn't ignore barrier, but you target a battle card, negate his skills, and you draw a card. And this one, same thing. You pay 2, discard these 2. He comes out, but he pops a battle card in rest mode and draws a card. So I like this one a bit more than this one, because this one comes up more often than this. But this lets you deal with like a blocker or something if you're worried about it.
Okay.
And they both have the same second skill, which is activate main. You put this to the bottom of your deck, and then you get to target a Goten and Trunks in the yard and add it back to your hand. So basically, you discard 2 to play it, draw a card, and then you sack it to get 2 more back. So it's plus, in my opinion. And then the third Union Fusion is the big one. This one costs 3, which is pretty cheap. He's double strike, dual attack, and when you play him, you draw 2 cards.
Yeah, that's pretty absurd.
Yeah, so you turn 2 one of these, or you do your Unison, and then you can just turn 3 that. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, there's games where you can make this first, swing with this. Let's say you're not awakened yet, you awaken or something, you sack this, you get the 2 back from the yard, discard them again, play this, and now you have 2 more swings, just big. And the Unison I play is this Gogeta.
Yep, pretty good card.
Really nuts. Skill, permanent skill if your opponent activates an extra card. Or no, I'm sorry. The permanent is when you're tapped out, your leader gets plus 5k. So basically beans your leader when you're tapped out, which is really good. And then its once per turn skill is if your opponent activates an extra card, it gets a counter. The +1 says discard 2 cards, or discard 2 yellow cards, and then draw 2 cards. So again, you just discard those 2, and then you get to draw 2 new cards, and you can just get these back whenever you want. And then the -4, which is really good against certain decks, is that your opponent only gets to untap 2 energy. And yeah, if late game, that ability is nuts.
Yeah, I look at that ability and I always think that if you know they're going to have a power turn next turn and they tapped out at all, you're basically leaving them at 3 energy for the turn because they're going to untap 2 and only be able to charge 1. So you know that they won't be able to make their big plays.
Yeah. And he also becomes a really big target for those aggro decks because your lead is +5 if you're tapped out, so they have to use at least a few swings on this before they can even think about coming at you. And with the Unison, you can play this card for free, which is the Vegeta Prideful Transformation, SS4. And if you have the Unison in play, you can play this counterplay for free. And its counterplay is to tap whatever's coming in. And it's a blocker, 14k, so it's a really good free blocker. You just tap a guy. And then when you have the Unison out, you can play this, which is basically a 2-drop or less cold bloodlust for them. So if you have this out, you pay 1. If the battle card is 2 or less, this comes out and it's negated.
That's very strong. There's a lot of good 2-drop or less in the format.
Yep. And then for 1-drops, you just play 3 of the Vegeta and the Pan, because you don't really have a turn 1 play going first or second, so it's just might as well get cards. This card's really nice because you look at the top 5 and you add the Goten or Trunks or any Gotenks, or from Gotenks had a lesson, so it has to be the other one. And you can add up to 2 of them, but if you add 2, you just discard a card, and again, like I said before, you just get rid of 1 of the Goten or Trunks, so it's free. And then this looks at the top 5, and then this one looks at the top 5, and you get to get a 3 or less Yellow Saiyan or the Unison, so that's why I play this. If you don't open the Unison, you really want to, you kind of need it.
Yeah, you want that on turn 2.
This super combo is really good in this deck. Yeah, don't play the other one. The other one's just a regular super combo. But this one's pretty nuts because it taps a guy, and on your turn you can pop a guy in rest mode that's 5 or less, or just draw a card. And the tapping comes up a lot because the tapping allows you to play like this for free.
Poutine.
Yeah, it also has another ability for like basically counter skill hate. And yeah, so yeah, you get to tap one of their guys if they activate counterplay. And it comes into play for free if one of your opponent's cards gets tapped because of one of your skills. And barrier you need. So it's pretty cool.
What I like about Poutine, just going to talk about it for a second, that I was running her Shenron for a moment, is that she also hits cards that come into play by a skill.
Yeah.
So that makes it like very cool as well.
Yeah. And then some more counterplay hate is this Goku.
Yep, cool card. You got a pre-release. That's cool.
Yeah, I got it ripped in the pre-release. So I like this too because it's really good against blue. You like, it's so nuts. So like, if they have 1 energy, if they don't have the life to pay for the dimension magic, they can't even activate or even do beams because it says they have to tap the energy before they even pay for the card. So this card's pretty strong in certain matchups, and it has the Flex barrier. And it's good that they put unique on it because that would be a little too strong. And
yeah,
then I just play these 2. These don't come up that often, but you still want them just in case.
Yep.
You don't necessarily have the guy to deal with it at the time.
Yep.
Oh, and I forgot to mention one more thing. This guy. His come into play skill is he targets a battle card in rest mode, ignoring barrier, negates his skills first, and then pops it. So that's really strong.
It is.
The negating part. So like this deals with stuff that this kills indestructible stuff in rest mode. So
that's significant for this format as well.
Oh yeah, it's so good. And that's it.
Thank you very much for showing us your deck. Hopefully everybody appreciates that, and maybe we'll show you a full format version in a few. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out other videos on the channel. This is VG Time, signing out.